Hey, what's going on? What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday, the fun day, right? Sunday, sorry, I'm cold. Jesus. It's Sunday, October, what is it? October 19th, 18th, October 18th, 2020, right? How is everyone doing, huh? I am doing my podcast on this Sunday. It's a great Sunday, except god damn it, it's cold, right? Obvious. For obvious reasons, I'm wearing a hoodie, right? Um, what's going on, huh? What's going on out there? I had my usual at Zeppelin Hall, my Sunday night sandwich and what else did I have? Sandwich, one beer, and fries. Although I have to cut down on fries, sorry. I think I have to cut down on fries. But here's the thing. So when I order fries, I don't eat all of the fries. Okay, so that's I think I can I can justify that. Can I? By saying that well I ordered fries, but more than half of them actually went to the garbage. Right? Is that what it is? In any case, so I want to make sure that I don't drink too much tonight. So let's just keep it calm, sir. Keep it calm. I don't have anything to rant on, unfortunately, right? But yeah, it's getting cold, and what is it like 50 degrees, 56, 57 degrees here in Jersey City as we speak, right? I've been smoking a lot, obviously, for obvious reasons. What obvious reasons, sir? No, because I just got into habit of smoking these vapes. And so I was up on 57th Street, right? 57th and 3rd Avenue, because I had to take my office manager, drove her, because she moved into a new apartment, and so she was looking for a bed, so I drove her there. And then I went to the smoke shop, right, on, I guess on 57th or 2nd Avenue, 2nd and 56th, right? And so I'm asking for these puff bars, and he's like, we don't sell them anymore because the state is not allowing them. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So apparently, New York City, you can't sell these vapes anymore. It's nicotine, man. What the fuck? So the guy was crying, the smoke shop owner, and without getting into that rant, I mean, it wasn't my rant to begin with. It was his rant because he was going on and on. I'm like, I was just agreeing with him, man. Yeah, I know, state is going to basically just regulate everything and then, just tax us, etc., etc. I was just agreeing with him. But he found these, because I was looking for the banana ones. But so he found these, the Lush Ice ones, right? Lush Ice. All right, so how is everyone doing on this Sunday? Well, okay, so yesterday I went to do my skydiving. That was a fucking amazing, out of the world experience. And I mean, it wasn't out of the world experience. Not that I was like fucking high on anything. But I went down to this town near Jersey Shore, right? Hour and a half drive from here, and then I did skydiving there. The experience was fucking phenomenal, and the only thing is that it was fucking cold up there because we were the only ones. We were not the only ones, but we were the last ones to do the skydiving. Towards sunset. But it was fucking amazing. Like the Jersey Shore, you could see all those like fucking houses along Jersey Shore, and I was like, now I'm thinking, there's a strip along Jersey Shore, right, which is probably, I don't know, not even a fucking mile wide, right? It's not even like fucking Rockaways, right? Whatever that fucking town is called. But it runs all the way from, I think, from like fucking Kingsburg all the way down, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken. But, that strip is like probably half a mile. Maybe it was too far up in the air. I don't know. Like, we jumped about 9,000 feet. So that's how high we were in those fucking planes. Those dingy little planes from the 70s or even like fucking 50s, right? With the rotor in the front and then the, what do you call, it's not even a cockpit. But basically, the pilot sits in a chair, and you look up to him, there's the pilot, right? And then when the door opens, and then that's it. You have to jump, right? But that was fucking amazing experience, and I highly recommend if anybody who has never done skydiving. I mean, this was my second time. I've done skydiving like 9 years ago in Long Island, but this was fucking amazing. It was fucking amazing. So you could see, Atlantic City down on the fucking like Jersey Shore, right? And I was joking with the instructor while we were in the air. Yeah, I could see, Trump's Taj Mahal. She was some Eastern European lady, I think, my instructor, right? Because you can't do skydiving by yourself. And so she was laughing. She was like, "Oh yeah, right. What is? I can't do the fucking Russian accent, Eastern European accent. What is Taj Mahal? Yeah, that's Taj Mahal. That's Trump's casino, But in any case, and then she was showing me the skyline of Philadelphia skyline, and that was fucking amazing. I could see that actually, in the distance, and it was fucking phenomenal. So I had a great experience. But by the time I got back home, it was already 10:30, not 10:30, sorry, 8:30 in the evening. And amazing fucking experience. So I highly, again, am I fucking repeating myself? But you get my point, right? What else is going on? A lot of things are going on. A lot of things are going on as we speak. I've been listening to a lot of Terence McKenna, and obviously, right, for obvious reasons. And I think I pissed my my sponsor because I was supposed to meet him today, but then I was home yesterday, and then I couldn't sleep until like 2 o'clock. And then I texted him, "Hey man, listen, excuse me. Hey man, listen, I'm sorry. I don't think I can make it at 11 o'clock today." So if you can, schedule for some other day, because here's the thing, like weekend mornings are where you just want to sleep in. So I'm like, I can't do this. So I apologized to him and I sent him a text message and he was like, do you really want to meet or what do you want to do? And so I told him I'll send him an email. So I had to put together my thoughts and all that, after my detox and all that. Um, um, and yeah, and then I basically I worked for like an hour today and maybe hour and a half, and I just chilled. I just chilled in, and and tomorrow I think I will meet a lady for a date after work. And the other thing I've been doing is I've been looking at some properties to actually buy here in Jersey City, but it's so fucking expensive to buy, because first of all you need money, cash, which I don't have. So I'm still trying to see if I can actually look at some properties. I did look at some properties yesterday, and fucking expensive. And I don't have the fucking money to buy anything. So I mean, this is the time. This is the time after COVID, and we are still in the middle of COVID. I think, hopefully not post-COVID, whatever you call it, right? And real estate, obviously, in New York and in the surrounding area is in a turmoil, which is not to say that I'm trying to take advantage of it. Maybe I can, maybe I am. I don't know. I mean, everybody should, right? I mean, I'm not saying that I'm going to basically just like fucking you know take advantage of like people who are you know who are who are suffering or who have suffered. Well, I mean, real estate has suffered, but then real estate here in New York is still like fucking expensive, right? So it's not like I'm trying to like squeeze, like somebody's like fucking, you know, uh, 40 year saving, right? But in any case, so I've been looking, and I think I'm gonna look at another one tomorrow, and let's see what happens, right? So speaking of the real estate and the office spaces, I've been getting a lot of fucking emails from these brokers with these office spaces in Manhattan. Obviously, office space in Manhattan is like fucking down the fucking drain because obviously at least half of the people, if I'm not mistaken, when it comes to statistics, I'm pretty sure it's actually higher than that are not even working in New York City anymore. Most of them are actually working from home or, well, I mean, most of them are working home or remotely. That's what I wanted to say. So, given the situation in New York, with the fucking, commercial real estate, and I mean, this is the time actually to, I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, this is the time to actually, I think, for somebody to actually have an office in New York. This is the time to actually negotiate, which I have done, which I did actually back in like fucking July and end of June, July, and it's a volatile situation. Not that it affects me. I mean, it has affected me as a small business, and luckily, we got some like really minute money from like government, and then as a business I could survive. So basically I'm barely surviving. And people are very not the word scared I want to use, but people are very what do you call wary. Wary, is that the word? Wary or careful, not to like fucking spend money. So it just the fact that everything boils down to, if the businesses are not open, if restaurants are not open, workers are not going to get paid, and then the whole like fucking boomerang, right? Not the boomerang, but the whole fucking chain reaction that's top to the bottom, right? And yeah, I mean, luckily I have an office here in Jersey City, and that's where I work out of for most part. And if you really are looking for like some office space in New York, this is the time. This is the time to actually look for prime space and make your offers, for office space if you're looking for one. So there you go. That's not what I wanted to actually start my podcast with, but I guess I jumped from one topic to the other as usual, right? I apologize. But the jump yesterday was great. Fucking amazing. Out of the world. Except that I was not high on anything. I was just fucking sober, and I think even like being sober, it was a fucking great experience, I wish I had done that earlier, because it would have been actually like sunset earlier, let's say in June or July. I'm sorry, not June or July, but maybe even in August, right? A couple of months ago. Would have been fucking amazing. Like sunset, and it would have been actually better, because it would not have been so fucking cold as it was yesterday, right? Yesterday was a fucking cold day to begin with, right? After the fucking rain. So yeah, that was great. That was fucking great. What do I have? Do I have anything in my cheat sheet? Maybe I do. Few topics. But yeah, tomorrow is another day which I don't want to talk about. I would rather want to live in the moment. So let's just live in the moment, right? Live in the moment. What does that even fucking mean, right? I think live in the moment is do whatever the hell you want now and don't worry about the future. Is that what it is? No, I don't think so. Live in the moment means, stop worrying about the future, or stop, reminiscing about the fucking past. I think that's what it means, It doesn't mean that you basically, uh, tell yourself, I don't have any fucking responsibilities, or I don't give a shit even if I do. Whatever comes tomorrow. That's not the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is that living the moment is okay. So, there are things that you have to do tomorrow. So you'll worry about them when the tomorrow comes, right? If you have to do something tonight, do it, and then just leave it. Leave it to the universe, right? And with your good intentions and your input, your work, and the universe will make it happen for you. And I mean, I don't want to sound like a fucking irrational, what do you call a person who believes in what is that word? Jesus. people who believe in things. What is that fucking word? It doesn't even come to my fucking mind. Superstitious. I'm not a fucking superstitious person to say that the universe will like fucking, do it for you. You have to make it happen, and then the universe will do it for you. So it's not like you don't have a fucking magic lamp where you rub the fucking lamp, right? And then everything comes, and then the genie comes and then takes your fucking orders. What's your wish, my lord? Right? It doesn't happen that way. That's just in fucking mythologies, right? Mythologies, whatever you call them, stories, right? So, mythologies are interesting. Mythologies are interesting, from Greek mythology to like wherever Catholic to like even like from where I come from, people from Hansa, they have fucking mythologies about like fucking, fairies and, being in really, really high mountains. That, if you are a kid who was born, in these fucking humongous mountains, right, in a valley, and then you look up to the mountains, and then you see this, you see snow on the peaks in the distance, and then sometimes you can see, some greenery, and other than that, all these are rugged mountains, right? Rugged, dry fucking mountains. And then, then you ask your elders, so what's up there? What's up on the mountains? And then they would tell you, oh, the fairies live up there, fairies, and then, the mountain goats, ibex and all that. And then they will come up with these fucking stories about fairies, and then there will be, like these princes and princesses, right, on horsebacks. Oh my fucking god. Yeah, the stories. My grandfather, he would, tell us fucking stories. Also involving witches and all that, right? But in any case, so I don't fucking believe in any of that. Again, those are mythologies, nor should you believe in them. Magic is not real. If anything, technology is real, right? And believe in yourself, and without, sounding like a Western reductionist, Caucasian male reductionist person here, but the point I'm trying to make is that as long as we are with our five senses, right, as long as we are in this three-dimensional space, and then time running in one direction, this is what we have to believe in. I mean, if you're telling me that somehow you saw something else, or you saw ghosts, or you saw, I don't know, I have no fucking idea what you saw, right? And you believed in that, I'm not going to fucking believe in that, because that's just horseshit, right? Same thing for aliens. Like, if you're saying that you were abducted by aliens, no, you were not. That's just your fucking dream. That's your, mind that's tricking you into believing that you were abducted by fucking aliens. There are no aliens. And, I mean, there may be aliens, but they would not even want to, bother with our, fucking way of, dealing with the world on this planet, right? I think for them we are too primitive. Maybe that's why, we have the psychedelic experience. Who said that? I think Neil deGrasse Tyson said that. Somebody asked him a question. If I want to meet aliens in my lifetime, what should, where? I think the question posed was something to the effect of, if I want to meet aliens, or where do I meet aliens? how do I talk to aliens? Something to that effect, right? And Neil deGrasse Tyson said, okay, if you want to, if you want to have an experience with an alien being or with extraterrestrials or something like that, then take a psychedelic, you know, and there you are. So yeah, there you go. Which brings us to my favorite subject of psychedelics. Psychedelics are a mind-opening substances, and I don't think they should be called drugs. You know why? Because they are not drugs. They are being used for therapeutic reasons now that we are realizing that they're actually more than they were, you know, labeled as, this, in the fucking 60s moment with Timothy Leary and, tune in. What was that? Tune in, whatever the fuck it is, drop in, whatever the fuck. I don't even fucking remember. But, I mean, I have fiddled with them, but I think I said that in my last podcast that, they actually open our minds to new dimensions. And I think that's true. And they're true in a sense that, how people who actually tell you that, they actually have had an out of body experience, right? Out of body experience, ODE, out of body experience. OBE, is that what it is? Out of body experience. And then you got to ask them, okay, so how, right? Some people say, oh, I was doing yoga for like whatever the fuck it is, 3 hours, 4 hours, and I had an out of body experience. I'm like, okay, but I'm not saying that yoga does not or may not actually uh, uh, make you able to actually achieve that state of mind where you actually feel like you are actually some sort of conscious, which is located outside the brain or the human body. But that does not happen, on a normal basis, on a day-to-day, a daily basis, right? But if you take a psychedelic, then yes, there you go. But psychedelics are to be taken, with some precautions. Obviously, they are not. Uh, harmful to your body, but if you don't understand them, they can make you go crazy, right? And so for me, because I know that I won't have that out of body experience, no matter how long I will do the yoga or whatever it is, right? And I'm not going to achieve that. I'm not justifying psychedelics to have an out of body experience, but psychedelics can be used for many purposes, many positive purposes. They are not street drugs, and they should be taken seriously. And I kind of like love the words that Terence McKenna uses. For example, he says, if you are okay, so depending on what we are trying to achieve, right? I understand, microdosing and all that, that actually relieves you of some sort of a depression you're in, and it can be again therapeutic and all that. But if you if you want to get to the next level of what you want to achieve, let's say if you want to have visuals and all that, right? And if you want to have that otherworldly experience, then you don't trivialize that experience. And it's fucking funny as well as fucking amazing when he says, it's like watching porn and then trivializing actual sex, which is fucking amazing what he said. That's true. So if you want to trivialize a psychedelic experience, then it's like watching porn for having the experience of, or trivializing the experience of actual sex, right? There you go. Sexual freedom and obviously, sex is our birthright as much as food is, which I believe in. Um, and so what the fuck I was trying to say? Okay, so I was trying to talk about, not that I was trying to, but I was talking about the experience, having an otherworldly experience with psychedelics, and that's what I'm actually after. I'm not after like trying to resolve my childhood experiences or whatever the hell it is, right? Or, well, I mean, I'm not saying that I don't get depressed sometimes, but um, but I'm after like that otherworldly experience. So shit, sorry, I'm trying to suck the fucking vaporizer from the other end, right? Looks the fucking same, right? Um, it's not an easy thing, and set and settings is also very important, and if you are in some sort of a fucking like like a spiral in terms of your thoughts, and if you can't get out of them, maybe microdosing can help you. However, uh, yes, microdosing do help you and would help you, and I'm pretty sure and I'm certain that in near future, when I say near future, I don't want to sound like fucking like some person who's into like fucking Star Trek near future, right? Or fucking one of those like futuristic movies, right? I'm saying that soon I think we will have um, not to say that using rats as guinea pigs, as the human beings always do, right? Lab rats, whatever the fuck it is, to see if the antidepressants and all that. I mean, first of all, you shouldn't be taking any of those fucking pills, because those fucking pills, you have no fucking idea, and pharmaceuticals are the worst thing you want to ever do, right? But if you are depressed and all that for whatever the fuck reason, maybe microdosing, and I believe, again, in with a certain, conviction that near future, soon we will have some sort of a drug based on psychedelics, or even I think we do MDMA based, ketamine based, right? So those are actually the ones that actually work, and if that's what you want to achieve, so be my guest, and that would help you. I'm not promoting psychedelics for general purpose use. Those should be again taken seriously, especially if you want to go on a real trip and if you want to achieve some sort of a spiritual. I don't want to use the term spiritual experience because I think, again, coining my own term, psychedelics are even a step ahead of the spiritual experience, because the psychedelic experience is just an experience where it takes you to higher dimensions. Forget the spiritual experience. It's more of an experience where you can actually, I don't know, maybe you can even talk to like an entity from other dimension, even alien beings. So it is as real as this realm of three-dimensional space and time, right, that we are in. So there you go. And especially people who have terminally ill diseases, I think psychedelics are the way to go. And they have been used. They provide some sort of a therapy, some sort of what do you call a tranquility in people who know they are going to die, but they are very what do you call it? They are very anxious, anxieties, a lot of anxiety and all that, which I can imagine, right? But in any case, so ego dissolution, I think that's the one thing. And, I use the term let go of everything, and let go of everything is what the psychedelics do for you. And then you can get into the higher dimensions, right? All right, so I guess we talked enough about psychedelics and the higher dimensions, everybody. My week is busy this week, as always. I don't want to talk about work. Work is always there. I am trying to be positive as possible tonight, so no ranting, I guess. Not that I guess, but yes. Do I have anything in my cheat sheet? Because I don't want to go on and on this Sunday night. I don't know what the hell you guys are doing, what the hell you guys are up to. I have a few topics in my cheat sheet, so let's just get into my cheat sheet, right? All right, so my first topic is space junk collision. So what the hell happened? So space junk, apparently I think there was a Chinese, like a remnant of a fucking, what do you call it, a satellite, and then there was some Russian satellite junk, and they were about to collide in space, right? In the lower orbit, or what is that, mid-orbit, higher orbit. But luckily, not that it really mattered. But it could matter if they were to actually hit on other working satellites, right? There we go. So the collision didn't happen. And speaking of which, while we are on the subject of space, Shepard Rocket, Blue Origin, which is I think owned by Jeff Bezos, they tested a rocket. It's called Shepard Rocket, and Shepard Rocket is actually, they tested it to actually take a human mission back to moon, right? So that they were testing that rocket with the I think it had the at the end of the or at the head end of the rocket, you have the cruise space and the cockpit. I mean, you can't call it the cockpit, but cruise space and all that, right? And so Shepard Rocket, that's by Blue Origin. I think that's going to take the human beings eventually. I think that's scheduled tentatively for 2024. Taking human being back to moon, right? Human beings back to moon. I'm hoping that by that time, 2024, although it's not very far, it's only 4 years, I'm hoping that some development will occur where people like Elon Musk, if not Jeff Bezos, would basically come up with, if not a human mission, I think. Is that what scheduled for? I'm sorry. Maybe it is. A, just a cargo load and landing on Mars, right? That's what I'm hoping for by that time that happens. But Shepard Rocket, so they're testing that, and that's being tested. The testing is to actually, again, without repeating myself, to take human beings back to moon, right? So there you go. All right, my next topic, everyone. iPhone 12 and 5G. Okay, so I don't want to fucking not go on, but I don't want to, discuss iPhone 12 and 5G because this is the topic on everybody's mouth these days, I think. Because Apple revealed their new iPhone 12, which has the 5G capability. Am I going to buy that fucking phone? No, not anytime soon. Maybe a few months down the road, if Verizon gives me a good deal, right? I have an iPhone 11. It's good for now, and it's working fine. I don't need to fucking upgrade to a new gadget or an iPhone or whatever the fuck it is, right? Every time it comes out. No, I don't have to. Nor should you, nor do you have to. And what's interesting is 5G. Obviously, 5G is a broader band network. Is that what it is? Don't quote me on this one, because I'm not an expert on that. But obviously, it has better, downloading for like what movies and all that. All you freaks out there, are you TikTok, whatever the fuck it is, right? But pictures, high resolution, all that, right? But 5G obviously is a faster network. Faster. That's what I wanted to say. Faster network, which will catapult us into the fucking future, right? Well, I mean, technological advancement is actually catapulting, not catapulting, but is basically taking us into the future. Or we are moving towards the future. I think that's what it is. Are we going to be fucking downloading our brains into like supercomputers sometime in near future? I have no fucking idea. But we are human machines, What the fuck am I saying, human machine? Biological machines. We are biological machines. Maybe there's some sort of, what is it, like fucking Elon Musk Neuralink? I have no fucking idea. Which would allow us to actually tap into our brains, download all the fucking memory, the memory, hard memory, or what is it called? Permanent memory, and then the random access memory. Is that what it is? I have no fucking idea. That's that's neuroscience. I have no fucking idea. Again, but you guys got my point, right? So maybe we will. But 5G, I thought was interesting to actually bring up. 5G, hasn't that been used, or hasn't that been being used? That has been being used. Am I saying the fucking right thing? Has that been being used? Has that been used? Has that been used? No, not. Oh my fucking god, English language. Is being used currently in other countries. Isn't that true, actually? I think China is already using 5G, right? Is that true? Europe, I think, is already using 5G, and America is the one who is actually far fucking behind, right? Because of the monopoly, bureaucracy, and every other C. Monopoly. Am I saying that right? Not monopoly, bureaucracy and red tape and all that, right? Whatever the fuck it is. Not monopoly, I'm sorry. But yeah, there's a faster network. So all you freaks out there, iPhone freaks, probably are excited. You probably already have bought that fucking iPhone by now, I'm assuming. All right, everyone. So that's my take on 5G, and those are my topics. And then as far as movies and shows, I told you guys I've been watching fucking Blacklist, and I'm getting sick and tired of it. Same fucking story, different fucking characters, more or less the same, and it's fucking same bullshit. So uh, I came across another space opera show, Babylon 5, right? It's fucking old, you can see the technology and, blah, 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 graphics and all that, right? Babylon 5. But it's better than fucking Blacklist for me because I'm into that, I'm like a sci-fi freak. I guess I am. Because I believe that movies actually predict the future. Movies do predict future in some ways on this planet. Obviously on this planet because we are on this planet. Everything that has happened is on this planet. People talk about some higher dimension. I mean, not higher dimension, I'm sorry. Higher being and how blah, blah, blah. No, that's all has been created on this planet. Everything was created on this planet by human beings through culture, through religion, and all that, right? And if you're telling me that, blah, 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 you know, whatever we believe in actually encompasses the whole universe. No. Whatever you have created here, it just has been created here. It does not encompass the whole fucking universe because we haven't even explored anything outside of our own solar system yet, right? Let alone our own fucking planets. Let alone Alpha Centauri and all those other galaxies, right? Not galaxies, but other star systems. Forget the galaxies. Alpha Centauri in our own Milky Way, right? Our neighbor star system. All right, so what the fuck I was talking about? Okay, so Babylon 5, right? Babylon 5, I'm going to continue watching that tonight before I pass the fuck out, right? And that's an interesting show, The storyline is okay, but the show, I like that, It's just something out of the world, out of this world. And it's not probably most likely not as great as, like fucking Battlestar Galactica or, even like Expanse. Expanse is the fucking amazing show. If you guys are into like space sci-fi, Expanse, the new age sci-fi, show, fucking amazing, out of this fucking world. My kind of show, obviously. And with that, I also saw this movie, Repo Man. Repo Man with what's his name? The British actor. Jesus fucking Christ, I'm losing my mind. Repo Man with Whitaker and Jude Law. Yeah, Jude. Is that Jude Law? Is that Jude Law or is that somebody else? Jude Law. Jude Law, yeah, Jude fucking Law. And interesting movie, sci-fi, No spoiler alerts, but the ending is kind of like very bizarre, weird. And with that said, it's already 49 minutes, everyone. I'm going to close out my podcast, and I'm assuming you all are having a great weekend. And I'll speak to you all next weekend.